This is going to be my last dark video. I'm getting up. I'm going out to get lunch or even breakfast, possibly a late breakfast. But I get a lot of apes that constantly say I can't sing. Now, let me explain something to you. I openly admit to you that I am not a singer. I never considered myself to be a singer. I am a piano player. I really, really consider myself to be like a high level professional piano player. Like I've sat in with jazz legends and I was on their level. Look, I'm not trying to brag. I'm a pretty damn good piano player. Okay. Like, I told the story once before, I'll say it again. When I was in high school, I went to, it was a big tryout for New York City. It was New York City's top jazz players, right? And they picked basically, one piano player, one trumpet player, one saxophone player, one drummer, one bass player. So you get to play at Carnegie Hall, you get to play at Lincoln Center. Okay, long story short, they picked me out of 500 piano players that auditioned. And I'm talking about talented jazz piano players, like almost like prodigies. Okay, they were geniuses. These guys, and they picked me. So, do I consider myself to be an unbelievable piano player? Absolutely, absolutely. Do I consider myself to be a good singer? No. So you probably say, like, why do you sing? I'm going to tell you the story. Okay. I was playing a gig with my drummer Joey, and we were at this Mediterranean like cafe. This was in New York City, and there was a bass player there, unbelievable bass player. He was playing the upright bass, the acoustic bass, and it was a jazz trio. So of course it was. I just called it the Richie Lavoie Jazz Trio. We're doing all the classic jazz, standard jazz songs. We're all improvising. Okay. Nobody like was paying attention to me. Nobody was paying attention to me. And I was kicking like ASS, like ass. Like I was doing some Chick Corea, Herbie Hancock, Keith Jarrett. Like I was doing some really complex music, and it wasn't like people weren't even picking up their heads. So I was getting a little frustrated, because as you know, the ape father likes attention. I like to get noticed. Okay. So my bass player and my drummer took a break. They went to the bar. Don't ask me why. I have no idea why I did this. I start playing Piano Man. Okay. So, which is not jazz. This is kind of, well, Piano Man was written in 3/4 time. It's kind of like a waltz, but it's, I guess you would consider it classic rock, but it's actually kind of a waltz. But anyway, long story short, I start singing it. Again, I'm not a singer, but I'm like, it's 9 o'clock on a Saturday. The regular crowd shuffles in. There's an old man sitting next to me, making love to his tonic and gin. Right? Okay. All of a sudden, it's like everyone started looking at me. It was like they started paying attention to me. They all stopped what they were doing. Everyone was tuning in on me. Everyone started sitting around me like it was a piano bar. They were tipping me. They were throwing money in my jaw. And I just said, wow, this is really cool. So I said to myself, I want to practice singing. So over the years, I practiced singing. I'm able to carry a tune. Listen, I can sing in key. I think I have a somewhat of a strong voice. Like how some people like sing very low. Well, I'm pretty powerful. My voice is like an amplifier. So I decided, look, why should I limit myself? Why should I only be a piano player when singing is fun? Singing gets me attention. And for the most part, some people actually enjoy my voice. I get a lot of compliments. There are people who actually think I'm an amazing singer. But even though there are people who think I'm a great singer, you have to understand that I have been trained by like true professional musicians. And I can tell you I'm not a good singer. Like I do it for fun. But piano player, I think I'm one of the best. I might be one of the best piano players ever. Seriously. I sided with like some of the most renowned musicians and they loved me. Singing wise, you know, I can carry a tune. All right, let's leave it at that. I can carry a tune. I guess it's a little enjoyable. I got an enjoyable voice. But who do I consider great singers? I consider Steve Perry from Journey a great singer. He's always someone I wish that I could sing. You get guys like, Bon Jovi in his heyday is a great singer. Richie Sambora is a great singer. You know, Billy Joel never considered himself to be a great singer, but I actually think he is a great singer. But he never considered himself. He considered himself a piano player and a songwriter first. Elton John, I think, is a great singer. Um, Peter Cetera from Chicago. Oh my God, what an amazing singer. Now, Frank Sinatra. A lot of people never considered him to be a great singer, but I think Frank Sinatra was probably the greatest singer that ever lived because he had that, really bass baritone voice. Tony Bennett is a great singer. Elvis Presley is a great singer, I mean, it all depends. Like some people have unique voices. Like Rod Stewart, even though he has that raspy voice, he's a great singer. There's so many of them, I mean, I could go on and on. Jim Morrison never considered, from the Doors, he never considered himself a singer. He was like a poet. But I think that he's one of the greatest singers in rock history. So once again, look, Pavarotti, now if you want to get technical, like in tenors, that's a great singer now. Andrea Bocelli. Oh, I mean, it really all depends on the genre of music that we're talking about. You know what I mean? There's a lot of, Barbara Streisand, Mariah Carey, Whitney Houston. These were all amazing female vocalists. But then if you're talking about jazz, Ella Fitzgerald, Billie Holiday, I could go on and on and on. There's just so many great singers. So once again, like look at Louis Armstrong, he really wasn't a great singer. He had that really, I see skies are green, red roses too. So I can't even do it. He had that really, I see them blue just for me and you. And I think to myself, what a wonderful world. That's literally how he sang. But sounded good, Like I would just sing, I see skies of green, red roses too. I see them bloom for me and you. And I think to myself, what a wonderful world. See, I can't do that whole Louis Armstrong thing. But the point is that in his own way, he was a great singer. Anyway, I'll shut up now.